I'm going to discuss the fastest and the cheapest citizenship that's in 3 months. All right, that's number one. The second, I'm going to discuss the fastest citizenship and the number one hotspot in the Asias. And number three, I'm going to discuss the fastest citizenship in Latin Americas. And nope, it's not going to be Argentina. It's going to be different. It's going to be fresh and no clickbaits, right? So watch right through till the end. But before we get there, a lot of these online gurus and experts have been talking about some absolutely bizarre and crazy residency options. They're asking you to invest 400k, 200k, I don't know how many ever Ks in places which are absolutely ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, it's for getting a passport, right? When you invest money, especially that amount of money, you want to absolutely make sure that money is protected. The only time when I advise anyone to collect residencies, if they're not obviously going to get the passport in the end, is let's say there's a travel situation, right? You need a residency to step out of your home country. Maybe there's a specific use case where you're doing a residency which does not lead to citizenship, then that is fine, absolutely. Then you use a residency for those purposes, legal purposes. But otherwise, when you're investing money, you want to make sure you get the same rights as the citizens eventually, right? Those residency permits are really up in the air. Anything goes wrong at a flip of a coin, they can revoke, they can cancel, they can terminate those very easily. That is why you want to get solid citizenships. You want to put the pillars deep in the ground wherever you're investing your monies. And some of the names that are cropping up these days are Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and Tajikistan and God knows what not, all crap. And they claim that there are banks moving there, there's some companies moving there and all of that. Now, when you're investing 400k in a place like, let's say, Uzbekistan, does that make any sense? The reason why they're doing this is because the Caribbean passport market has tanked, right? No one's buying those passports. I mean, the sales have plummeted. They've gone down because of obvious reasons. It all started with the flip by St. Kitts and Nevis on the price. That was one of the nails in the coffin and all that kind of mess, right? So I don't want to go over all of that mess. It's covered when it happened on my channel. That's where I think it's very important to be vigilant, right? You want to understand what they're up to and what they're saying. Be careful when you're investing your monies. Ideally, I would always say, and this is not investment advice, this is my personal opinion, and I strongly believe one should invest in a place where they have security, stability, and long-term foolproof protection in terms of that citizenship, and passport, of course, is an added benefit. And that's where I always recommend investing in passport hotspots. What I mean is a place where your investment either gets you an immediate passport or a very quick passport. Because remember, time is money. So when you're putting in money, you want to make sure you're getting the time on your side, getting a quick citizenship, quick passport, quick protection. Because if things go wrong, then you lose those options. Then let's say there's something going on with your record, you're ineligible for any of those options. So might as well save the time, get them soon while things are still okay. The other important thing is make sure to be subscribed. And if you want this channel to really grow, give me a thumbs up if you like the kind of content I create. Now, the number one on the list in Asia is after the MM2H has tanked, right? There was a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation. People wanted the MM2H. Malaysia is a hotspot, not for a passport, but a lot of people were interested in that residency because you aren't really investing anything. You're putting your money in the bank, and that's how you're getting the residency. But they have deeply disappointed, right? It hasn't come out yet. There's no pathway disclosed, so it's still hanging up in the air. God knows what they're doing. But till they frustrate us, we aren't going to stop, right? The time is important. So in Asia, the three other options that come to mind or that are available are Indonesia, the KITAS program. Then you have the Philippines, the poor expats residency options, the SIRV, the SRRV, and then you have Thailand, and you have Cambodia. Out of all of this clutter, I would say the fastest citizenship, the number one citizenship in Asia's would be Cambodia. And I'm saying number one is for diversification purposes. This is a classic plan C for all the right reasons. It's by design. The passport strength might suck, but this is an actual citizenship option. The two pathways, if you're looking for the fastest, looking at 385k USD approximately in a government approved real estate. 85 out of it is going to be the donation component or the fee component. Rest of the monies will sit in that government approved real estate. So that is how you get it in 3 months, 3 to 4 months. It has the fastest processing times once you decide to go for this. The second option is slightly long term, right? You pay 100k and then you get the CM2H, right? Just like the MM2H, you have the CM2H. This has been going on since the past 1 year. So these two ways you can get the number one citizenship in Asia. When I say number one, it's number one out of all these options, right? Otherwise, you have Japan and South Korea. I'm not kind of talking about all that jazz. I'm talking about something that you can actually get in those terms. It's number one in Asia. The number two on my list, the fastest and the cheapest passport to buy. I don't recommend this option, right? I have been talking the right price point, debating the right price point for this was always 65k. I made a video and I also reached out to the folks over at Vanuatu. And finally, the answer is the coconut oil fund. It'll be a relief for some people who think this, 130k was always too much for it. You're still paying 130k upfront, so that's your opportunity cost, and who knows, right? You want to get some of that back, but you're still paying that amount. So in that sense, not a good option for regular people. For some people who are just eligible for just this passport and they have no other option, then they have no other option, right? They're claiming they're going to give you back 75k approximately, so that sets the price point eventually. Effectively, you're looking at that 65k price point. This is the cheapest, this is the fastest passport to buy outright in the Caribbean black market. Or let's not say black market, it is the legal market. It'll be incorrect to call this a black market. It is the legal market. They have a constitution. They can do whatever they want. They can sell their passports to whoever they want. So in that sense, it's a legal program across. And number three on my spot, as promised, this is the most important one, is the fastest citizenship in Latin Americas. And as I promised, I'm not going to talk about Argentina. It does offer a 2-year pathway as well, but you cannot renounce that citizenship. That's not the big problem. The biggest problem is you're filing court cases, right? It's not a regular application. After 2 years, you file a court case, then it comes up for hearing. The judge decides whatever they want to decide based on the circumstances at that point in time. You want a smooth application. You want to be able to apply, and you want to be able to show for sure get it if you're eligible, not sit and wait for some judge to make a decision on your application. And that's not bad, but you're just so uncertain, right? How much time are we talking about waiting? The option that's available is Peru with a 2-year pathway to citizenship. This is the fastest in Latin America. There are a couple of catches here. First is, how do you get this? Now, you can get it through any which ways. There are a lot of ways, and some examples are investment, right? You invest a certain amount in a business in Peru, you can get the legal residency. You want to be a student, you can still get the legal residency. You're married in Peru, you can still get the legal residency. You find a job in Peru, you again qualify for the legal residency. So there's several ways in which you can get your legal residency. Then you're starting your clock to that 2-year pathway. The catch that I was talking about is the 6 months presence in the country in each of those 2 years. Now, there are limited circumstances, and again, it's case by case basis, and it's something up for negotiation. Is that if you, for whatever reason, you can't make that time in the country, then obviously you got to be excused ahead of time by the immigration. So you got to apply and do some procedure. So that way there's some bandwidth, some scope over there, depending upon each circumstances by case to case basis. But this is a hot red passport, a lot of affiliations of this country within the region. So you have a lot of tremendous benefits. You're getting a strong, solid passport. It's a red, hot, solid passport, and it has a ton of access, and it is the fastest, one of the fastest in Latin America's through natural means. Let me know in the comments below if you would rather choose Peru or you would go with Argentina. It'll be good to know your opinion, why you choose one versus the other. If you want to get started with any residencies that I've discussed, you can always click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can choose or we can discuss what's the best fit scenario, get you started immediately. We do have expedite service in a lot of places that we talk about, so we can quickly get you through the option of your choice. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make sure you are subscribed, and if you want to learn about 15 citizenships that you can get right away, hop onto this video. This talks about 15 citizenships and not just CBI options, a lot of other options that are available that you can start right away. Catch you in this one.